Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's time to break down the games for Friday, April 19th, 2024. But first, let's take a look at how we did yesterday, guys. Yesterday I didn't post a video because there was only 4 baseball games yesterday with no NBA playoffs, so therefore the video would have been like 3 minutes long, so I didn't bother posting a video yesterday. However, we would have lost $30 on Wednesday, not even a half a unit. And then yesterday I did post some plays on my Twitter account. For those of you who follow me there, and I had the Rays and the Giants first 5. Both of them were plus 100, so we ended up winning $170 between the 2 days combined. That puts us up 640 month to date. The first 2 games of the day are the Miami Marlins at the Chicago Cubs and the Los Angeles Angels at the Cincinnati Reds. First, in the Marlins-Cubs game, I'm posting this video after the game is over. The Cubs ended up winning. I did post the play on social media. I had the Cubs in that one, so we're already 1-0 to start the day. And then the Angels-Reds game is Tyler Anderson against, at the time of filming this, it's said to be determined. However, it looks like it's going to be Nick Lodolo. He looked really good in his season debut. Tyler Anderson has been really good this year, 2-1 with a 1.47 ERA. Both these teams have similar runs per game. Both these teams have similar bullpen performances this year, so I think it's best to just stay away from this game. I think it's going to be really close. I do like Spencer Steer to get a hit against the lefty Anderson, though. The next 2 games to look at are the Boston Red Sox at the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Chicago White Sox at the Philadelphia Phillies. First, in the Red Sox-Pirates game, it's Brian Bayo on the mound for Boston, and it looks like Pittsburgh's going to go with Priester, a rookie from last year who's making his season debut this year. Last year, Priester had 10 starts for Pittsburgh and carried an over 7 ERA, so he wasn't that great. Bayo has pitched very well for Boston. He's 2-1 with a 3.92 ERA going into the game. Both teams have been struggling lately. Boston's coming out of a series against Cleveland where they lost 3 out of 4 at home. Pittsburgh just got swept by the Mets in New York, so both teams are kind of limping into this series. I would probably lean Boston in this one, but I think it's best to just stay away and bet nothing in this one. And then the White Sox-Phillies game, it's Garrett Crochet against Spencer Turnbull. Turnbull's been really good this year. He's 1-0 with a 1.80. Crochet has been by far the best White Sox pitcher this year. He's 1-2 with a 3.57. I've said it all year, fading the White Sox is going to be very profitable this year. I think they're going to be the worst team in baseball, but I think that it's best to just stay away from this one. The days that Crochet pitches, I think he could keep the games close. Philadelphia's bullpen has actually been worse than the White Sox bullpen. White Sox had the worst bullpen in baseball last year, and the Phillies bullpen has actually been worse so far this year. So if it is close, if Crochet can keep them close, you never know. So I think it's best to just stay away from this one. The next 2 games to look at are the Houston Astros at the Washington Nationals and the Tampa Bay Rays at the New York Yankees. First, in the Astros-Nationals game, it's Justin Verlander against Mackenzie Gore. I like Washington Nationals first 5 in this one at even money. Gore pitched really good his last time out. He has best outing of the year. His last time out, he's 2-0 with a 2.81 coming into the game. Verlander is about to make his season debut. I think he only made 40 pitches in his rehab start, so he might only be on a low pitch count of like 80 or some pitches. I don't even know if he'll get out of the 5th inning. Washington doesn't strike out a lot, and that's a weapon that Verlander likes to use as a strikeout pitch. I think if Gore can keep Houston to 2 earned runs or less in the first 5, Washington can actually have the lead after 5 innings. I don't know what will happen after that. Washington's been pretty hot too. They just got out of winning 2 out of 3 in Los Angeles against the Dodgers, who obviously everyone expects to be the best team in baseball. So Washington's on a roll. So we're going to take the Nationals first 5 in this one. And then the Tampa Bay New York game is Tyler Alexander against Clark Schmidt. I do kind of lean Yankees in this one. I'm not going to take him as a play. Clark Schmidt has pitched pretty good. He's 1-0 with a 3.68. Alexander's also 1-0, but he carries a 6.46. But both teams have really struggled offensively. I think this could be a really low-scoring game because both teams have struggled to score runs. So I think it's best to just stay away, maybe see how this first game plays out to see how the rest of the series is going to go. I will take Anthony Volpe to get a hit, though. The next 2 games to look at are the Oakland Athletics at the Cleveland Guardians and the Texas Rangers at the Atlanta Braves. First, in the Oakland-Cleveland game, it's Boyle against McKenzie. I kind of want to take Cleveland in this one, but McKenzie has not been the pitcher that he was 2 years ago. He obviously spent a lot of time on the injured list last year. He only made a handful of starts, and he hasn't really been effective yet this year, so I wonder if he's really fully 100% healthy. He's 1-2 with a 6.23 ERA coming into the game. Boyle, he's 1-2 with a 5.68, so neither pitcher has really been effective. Cleveland is of the hotter team right now. They just won 3 out of 4 against Boston in Boston. I would probably lean Cleveland, but I think it's best to just stay away for right now, so we're going to bet nothing in that one. And then the Texas-Atlanta game, it's Heaney against Sale. Sale hasn't looked too bad. He gets into a little trouble after the fourth inning. And so he's 1-1 with a 4.58 ERA. Haney's 0-2 with a 6.75. I think Atlanta has got the better offense, although Texas' offense is very good too. Both of these offenses are explosive. But Atlanta, I think, has the better offense. I think they have the better bullpen. And then I do think Sale is also the better pitcher. So I am going to take the Braves money line at minus 210. I'll probably try to find a parlay partner because I don't like to lay more than minus 180. But I think the Braves are the play in this one. The next two games to look at are the Baltimore Orioles at the Kansas City Royals and the Detroit Tigers at the Minnesota Twins. First in the Orioles-Royals game, it's Kramer against Marsh. Marsh looked really good in his first couple outings, but his last outing wasn't that great. He's 2-0 with a 4.32 ERA going into the game. Kramer's 0-1 with a 4.96. Both teams have been really good. They have almost similar records. Look at that. Baltimore's 12-6. Kansas City's 12-7. Both teams have played really well this year. I think it's best to just stay away from this one. Let's watch game 1 of the series, and then we'll see how we feel about game 2 and game 3. So we'll bet nothing in this one. And then the Detroit-Minnesota game, it's Jack Flaherty against Joe Ryan. This is an interesting one. Minnesota's lost 4 in a row. What started the losing streak was Jack Flaherty beating them 4 games ago. The last time Minnesota won, they won the doubleheader against Detroit, and Ryan pitched game 1. So both of them have beaten their opponents this year. Ryan's 0-1 with a 2.60. Flaherty's 0-1 with a 4.91. So Ryan is the better pitcher. He has pitched better, but Minnesota's offense just cannot get going. I do like Detroit's offense better. Detroit and Minnesota both have had very, very good bullpens this year. I believe Minnesota has an ERA around 2.7. Detroit's bullpen has an ERA around 1.7. So both have pitched really well. This could be a really low-scoring game. I think it's just best to stay away from it. I would probably lean the under in it, but I'm going to stay away. The next two games to look at are the Milwaukee Brewers at the St. Louis Cardinals and the Seattle Mariners at the Colorado Rockies. First in the Brewers-Cardinals game is Freddie Peralta against Kyle Gibson. Peralta's Milwaukee's ace. He's 2-0 with a 2.55. He's been pitching very good this year. Gibson, he's 1-2 with a 6.16. He hasn't been as effective. Milwaukee's bullpen has not been that great, though. Just as a proof, Milwaukee Brewers' first 5, which is what we're going to take, is minus 140. For the game, they're minus 110. So, obviously, not a lot of faith in that Milwaukee bullpen. St. Louis, they've struggled to score runs at times. Their bullpen has been okay. So, if it is a low-scoring game and close, maybe Milwaukee has like a 1 or 2 run lead at the end of 5. I could see St. Louis maybe possibly coming back in the game. So, we'll just take the Brewers' first 5 in that one. And then the Seattle-Colorado game, it's Emerson Hancock against Dakota Hudson. Hancock's 1-2 with a 7.98. Hudson's 0-3 with a 4.15. Both pitchers have not been that good. It looks like the game is in Colorado, so it could be high scoring. Plus, you have 2 pitchers that aren't that effective, so we'll just stay away from this one and bet nothing. The next 2 games to look at are the Toronto Blue Jays at the San Diego Padres and the New York Mets at the Los Angeles Dodgers. First in the Blue Jays-Padres game, it's Rodriguez against Waldron. Rodriguez looks pretty good this year. He's 0-0 with a 2.45. He's been pretty effective. And Waldron is 0-1 with a 3.14 for San Diego, so he hasn't exactly pitched bad, but he doesn't pitch very deep into games. Toronto has really had a hard time scoring. San Diego has not. So I think this game is going to be pretty close. I'm going to stay away from it for right now. We're going to bet nothing in this one. We're going to watch the game, see how we feel about the rest of the series. And then the Mets-Dodgers game, it's Sean Manaea against Yamamoto. Manaea, he looked good his first time out, but since then he hasn't been as effective. He's 1-1 with a 4.30. Yamamoto, he's 1-1 with a 4.50. But obviously, he'd had a lot of damage done against him in his first time out in Korea when he only went 1 inning, giving up 5 runs. Since then, he has been better since the regular season started here in the States. I'm going to take the Dodgers in this one, minus 195. Probably going to parlay them with the Braves from earlier at minus 210. I just think the Dodgers have the better team. Yamamoto's the better pitcher. The Dodgers have the better bullpen, so we'll just go with the Dodgers. And then I also like Mookie Betts to get a hit in that game. The last baseball game of the night is the Arizona Diamondbacks at the San Francisco Giants. It's Jordan Montgomery against Blake Snell. The last 2 pitchers to sign during spring training right before the season started. So obviously both of them had their seasons delayed. Montgomery's about to make his season debut. Snell is 0-2 with a 12.86. We said the first 2 Snell games that we were going to stay away from Snell because even though obviously he won the Cy Young last year, when you miss all of spring training and make delayed first starts, sometimes you have low pitch counts or you're not really fully stretched out, and that's been the case with Snell. So I don't think we're confident enough to bet on him yet. And then obviously Montgomery, he's making his season debut, so just like Snell, we're going to stay away from this game. We're not going to bet anything. We will take Lourdes Gurriel to get a hit, though. And then it's day 3 of the NBA playoffs. It's the last day of the play-in tournament. before the regular playoffs start tomorrow. So far, we're 3-1 on NBA playoff bets. So what I've seen so far, it's Bulls against Heat, Bulls plus 1.5, the over/under at 206, the Bulls at even money on the money line, and the Heat minus 120 on the money line. And then Kings versus Pelicans, I've seen the Kings at plus 1 to 111.5 on the over/under, and the Kings at even money on the money line, and the Pelicans at minus 120 on the money line. So both games obviously rate to be very close. So far, I like the Bulls money line and the Kings money line. Obviously, the Heat are going to be without Jimmy Butler. The Bulls look really good in their win against the Hawks. They won pretty decidedly. I think if Jimmy Butler plays in the game, I probably think a lot differently. But without Butler, I like the Bulls money line in this one. I also probably like the under a little bit, but I'm not too sure yet. So for right now, we're just going to leave it with Bulls money line. And then Kings versus Pelicans, same thing without Zion. I mean, the Pelicans were starting to come back in that Lakers game. They were down 18. They came back to tie it, and then Zion goes down, and the Lakers are able to hold on. I think with Zion in the game is probably a different idea, but for right now, I kind of like the Kings money line, even money. And then I kind of lean under in this one as well, but I'm really not sure. So as of right now, I'm just going to say Kings money line at even money. So that does it for today, guys. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the analysis. Let me know if you're tailing me or fading me. If you're tailing me, we're up to over 6.5 units month to date. Also, we're on an 8-day winning streak. I know technically we lost $30 on Wednesday, but we're going to count yesterday as like an overtime. There was only 2 games played yesterday that we had, and we won them both. So combined, we won $170 on the 2 days, putting us up 6.5 units. So we're going to count it as one big day and take the dub. So we're on an 8-day winning streak. Please click the like and subscribe button. It's going to go a long way as I launch this channel. There's a lot of things I want to do with this channel, so it really helps me out, free for you, and helps me out a lot. And then if you click on the notification bell, you'll get notified when I post my videos so you can be more informed before you place your bets. And last, follow me on social media on X, formerly Twitter, or on Instagram at Sportsbook Whisper, no vowels in Sportsbook. That way you'll get my final plays as I post them about an hour or two before game time. And we're going to go for 9 wins in a row today, and I will see you all tomorrow.